Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be re-ranking every single MCU Disney Plus show from worst to best. And a standard disclaimer, this is not the factual list, this is your boy's personal useless nerd opinion. If you want to be a truly amazing nerd, hey, let me know your list down below, or even your favourite one or top 3, whatever you want to do, man. Let me know down below. Let's have a nerdy discussion. That'd be amazing. And now, let's start the list. I kind of don't even want to say my normal line of, let's start right at the bottom, but just so we're crystal clear, I've actually enjoyed every single show. I will be giving you my score out of 10, just so you know, like, where it is. And yeah, starting at the bottom is Hawkeye. I just feel, because it's like a lower stake, it just didn't hit me as well as the other shows on the list. For your boy, this is still a 7 out of 10. It is a very, very good show. Hawkeye is an OG, of course. I love seeing him on screen. I think Jeremy Renner is amazing. He's kind of like sarcastic. He's obviously aged a lot. My guy is like borderline deaf in this show. I just like to see it, man. His character progression was really good in this. To be honest, every show has amazing, like, character arcs. Also, really enjoyed Kate Bishop. Hopefully, she gets more time to shine. I'd like to see her in an actual movie, not just a show. And I also really, really like the Christmas vibe. I mean, I rewatched everything on this list. I've seen everything now at least twice. The Christmas vibe is still really, really awesome, man. I think every Christmas, this is going to be something I probably will watch. However, the two big negatives for me, you guys know about the villain life. The villain in here, it's just rubbish, mate. Also, they absolutely butchered the Kingpin. He is a juggernaut, mate, and he's just crap in this show. Everything else is good, but those two things were kind of bad. Next up is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. For your boy, this is a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty much exactly like Hawkeye, except I think the stakes are a little bit better. It deals with a lot of, like, I don't want to say real world things, but you know what I mean. It feels like this was the show that really gave you the feeling like people have been just done over because of, like, the Thanos snap, and then everyone came back. Things are kind of crazy in the real world of the MCU, if that makes sense. I don't know, it just felt grittier, it felt darker. I really appreciate it. I personally think, especially Falcon, his character arc, obviously going into becoming Captain America, I thought that was amazing. Bucky had a good character arc as well, not as strong as Falcon. When they're on screen together, man, they're bouncing off each other. They were really, really awesome. The action was good, man. I love seeing Zemo once again. Does suffer a little bit. The villain, kind of dead. On the flip side, I do like Dodgy Cap. You guys know I'm always going to call him that. I think he was one of the best bits of the show, a little bit underutilized, but overall this show was still very, very good. Next up is WandaVision. This for me is an 8 out of 10. I think I've seen it 4 times now, and to be honest, the only thing I don't like are like the first 2 episodes. I think they're a little bit slow. I think if they were better, this overall show could have been a 9 out of 10 easily. This brings emotions. Elizabeth Olsen is just the GOAT at this time, man. Literally at the time of this recording, I saw Doctor Strange yesterday. Whoa, she's good. She's great as Wanda. She's great as the Scarlet Witch. She just feels, you just feel sorry for her in this show. She's dealt with so much grief in the MCU. You really feel it, man. Also, I actually don't like Vision. I kind of didn't care about him. The show made me give an F about Vision. Gotta give props to that. Also, really like the mystery, what's going on, the fact that she's dealing with such bad grief. She's created this hex and just taking control over a whole town. I like that whole thing. I even think as well, the villain, Agatha, she was great, man. This show was really, really sick. An 8 out of 10, easily by far. I just wish the first 2 episodes were better, and genuinely, this would have been a 9.
You don't know what you've done.
Next up is Moon Knight. At the time of this recording, this is the most recent one. I've now watched it twice. I wasn't sure if I liked it more than WandaVision. I don't know if I was going to give it an 8 or an 8.5, but I stuck with an 8.5 out of 10. This is definitely like a very, very character-driven story. You got the villain, you got Khonshu, you got, like, you know, Mr. Knight, Moon Knight in his gear. You got the action. It's not as action-heavy as the other shows, but first and foremost, you don't know what is going on. You got Mark Spector, Stephen Grant inside the same mind. The ending, humongous twist. I'm not going to spoil it, do not worry. I'm so glad Disney and Marvel had the balls to just show the levels of mental health in this show is crazy. People are dealing with some heavy trauma stuff in here. They did not shy away from it. I know a lot of people, to be fair, didn't like this show because of the lack of action, and I totally 100% get where they're coming from. For me, if a character stuff is better, I'm cool, man. man. Obviously, if the character stuff was dead and there was no action, this would have been an absolute fail. But for me, I think this show is really good. And to be honest, apart from number 1 on my list, this is the show I want to see as season 2 the most. Next up is Loki. Straight up, for me, this is a 9 out of 10. There is like very, very tiny things I did not like in here. Not even worth mentioning. This show was really sick. Tom once again bringing the fire, being Loki. Everyone on the planet, in the multiverse, loves Tom being like Loki by now. And now we get variants. We got a goddamn alligator version of Loki. If you don't like that, you're just not a happy person. And we got Sylvie, aka like another version of Loki. Everything about this show, the reason I like it more than the others, affects the MCU as a whole. And I personally prefer that. This is the show that gave us the variants. And obviously now, especially with Doctor Strange 2 out and obviously Thor and all this stuff, we're going to be getting more variants of our favourite characters. I can't deny this. There's awesome seeing it in this show first. I love the TVA, the story, the mystery was really awesome. And of course, the ending with Kang and the multiverse. Just, there's so much in here I can't deny. Like, this would have been first. I've rewatched the first one so many times. I can't deny how much I love it. But this show, for me, is a 9 out of 10. I think it is, apart from number 1, the best show by far. And the best show is What If? This is also a 9 out of 10. It's the same like score as Loki. I just personally prefer it just a little bit. To be honest, if the Thor episode was actually good, because I think the episode is dead, this could have been like a 9.5. Genuinely. You guys know I'm a huge fan of anime, so seeing this animated, I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed like episode by episode, and then by the end, they're starting to link together. That was the cherry on the cake for me. That's when I knew this show is awesome. I've actually personally now seen the entire season 5 times. I've enjoyed everything. I haven't skipped anything apart from the Thor episode. I just love variants and multiverse stuff. All of that, and the Watch as well. There's just too much in here. And not to mention, of course, my favourite hero in the MCU is Doctor Strange. Episode 4, the Doctor Strange episode. That is beyond God tier. That's like one of my favourite episodes of a show ever. Like, he's just too good. I think I've seen that episode genuinely like 10 times. And of course, I'm about the villain life, Infinity Ultron. Whoa, he's scary. We don't ever want that version of Ultron in our MCU. He destroyed pretty much the universe, the reality. He fought the Watcher. He needed them to team up, and even then, he still didn't win. He had to trap him in a pocket dimension. I just can't deny. Like, the last 2 episodes are so sick with this Infinity Ultron. He feels dangerous, mate. If this was like an anime finale, it would have blown people's minds. The Doctor Strange episode is so sick. Captain Carter is so good. Killmonger in here, one of my favourite villains ever. Thanos is good in here, like this good, happy version of him. And of course, we get Chadwick Boseman voicing Star-Lord. Just, there's too much in here. And we get zombies. Man, I can't deny. And I totally get people don't like What If. They don't like this animated stuff or anime. That's totally fine. I love that stuff. And I got variants and multiverse stuff. And it linked together. I can't deny. This is my favourite show. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've let me know your show down below. Let's have a chat about it. I appreciate you guys. We've got more shows coming, obviously. Miss Marvel and She-Hulk. I'll re-rank this list then, and hopefully we get Loki and Moon Knight. And of course, What If Season 2. That'd be amazing. Thanks for watching. Peace.